Good afternoon. Myself Simranjit Singh. Today, me and my teammates Anamika, Leena, Archit, and Taranjit Singh are going to do video presentation about global sustainable operation of the Virgin Group. So here is the table of content, the area which we need to include in the video. So basically, in 1970, Richard Branson starts Virgin. Virgin. After that, in 1973, they started its first artist. In 1984, the Virgin Group launched its airline, the Virgin Atlantic. Thereafter, in 1992, they give a proper name to the company Virgin Group Limited. In 1999, Virgin launched its mobile in UK, making company entrance in the telecommunication sector. After that, 2012, Virgin Group expands into health with Virgin Care. Therefore, the Virgin Group has grown to include a wide range of business, making it one of the most recognized brand. Uh, After this, moving towards the introduction to Virgin Group, as it was founded by Richard Branson. It has its headquarters in London, UK. Uh, in total, they have several industries such as aviation, telecom, retail, finance, space, travel, and more. It has presence in over 35 countries and over 70,000 happy employees working with the group. Coming to the next slide, Virgin has enlarged its area in music industry. It has Virgin Atlantic in travel and aviation sector, and it has Virgin Mobile in telecommunication and Virgin Galactic in space tourism. It has and it has Virgin Active in health and wellness, a global fitness chain with over 230 clubs across 8 countries. And looking to the graph, as we can see from year 2013, it seems to be decline in the revenue, but in 2018 revenue are seen to get increased, and it again at the end of 2022 it seems to be in between 2500 and 3000 million in GBP. Now my friend Arjit will continue further.
Hi, I'm Archit Meja. I'm talking about goals of Virgin Group. As we categorized it into three parts, basically discussing the environmental goals, is that to achieve the net zero carbon emissions by 2050 and reduce single-use plastics by 80% all the sectors of the business by 2030. Now talking about the social goals, the goal is to support diversity and aiming 40% female leadership. At least we discuss about government's goals. They will uphold ethical business practices and cooperate, and increasing transparency to by the publishing annual sustainable report. Moreover, importance of environmental goals. Achieving net zero carbon emissions. First, that is the climate impact. Reducing carbon emission help combat global warming and aligns with international climate agreements. Regulatory compliance. Marketing government regulations on carbon emissions avoids penalties and maintain business credibility. Consumer demand increasingly co-conscious customers prefer sustainable brands, enhancing market reputation and customer loyalty. Third one is the cost efficiency. Investing in renewable energy and sustainable aviation fuel lower long-term operational cost. The last one is that the competitive advantages. Definitely, Virgin Group as a leader in sustainable business practices, attracting investors and partners. Now I'll discuss to how to achieve net zero carbon emissions. First one is a sustainable aviation fuel. Increase the use of biofuels and alternative energy source in Virgin Atlantic. Second one is a renewable energy investment. Shift business operation to solar, wind, and other renewable energy solutions. The third one is that the energy efficiency. Implement a AI-driven monitoring system to optimize fuel and energy usage. Third one is the carbon offsetting programs. Invest in deforestation and carbon capture projects to balance emissions. Sustainable supply chain. Partner with the suppliers committed to low carbon production and green logistics. The last one is the employee and customer engagement. Promote sustainability through employee training and co-friendly customer initiatives.
Hello, my name is Lina, and today I'm going to talk about AI versus human approach to the Virgin problem. So, main question is how Virgin Group overcome high carbon emissions in aviations. Aviation is one of the biggest contributors to carbon emissions, and Virgin Group is working hard to fix that. There are two key problem solvers in these challenges, which is AI and humans. So, let's see how they both of them help the reduce the carbon emissions. So first, AI acts like smart assistant. It crunches number, analyzes data, and find the most saving strategies to reduce the emissions. It automatically adjusts flight routes to save fuel, tracks real-time emissions, even predicts fuel needs to avoid waste. So coming to the second approach, which is human approach, we can say like, but AI can't do everything. Humans make the big decisions. They decide to invest in green fuels, set emission reduction targets, and train staff on eco-friendly practices. They use the sustainability policies, invest in eco-friendly fuels, and they make the strategic decisions to cut the emission. AI suggests the best path, but humans choose which road to take. Now, as we can see, there are AI answer and human answer given in this. Whereas the human leader that decide if it's practical and makes the final call. Human approach develop policies for sustainable aviation fuel adoption, negotiating partnerships for green solution, setting emission reduction and enforcing regulation. And AI answer is AI driven predictive analytics for fuel optimization, automated route optimization for reduced fuel usage. So there are pros and cons of AI's approach to reducing carbon emissions in this next slide, in which we can see there are pros of AI approach and there are cons of AI approach. If we see first point of pros of AI approach is enhanced fuel efficiency. AI-driven predictive analysis optimize fuel usage, and it has a reducing waste. And at the opposite of the cons of a high implementation cost is AI systems require significant investment in technology and training. The second point of pros is real-time emission monitoring. AI provides continuous tracking, allowing instant corrective actions. And the second one is dependence on data quality, which sees inaccurate or insufficient data, which can limit the AI's effectiveness. The third point is route optimization. AI suggests fuel efficient flight paths to lower emissions. And the third point in cons is limited ethical decision making, in which AI lacks human judgment in balancing profit and sustainability. And there are other points which we can see in this slide, which is automation reduces human error and data driven decision making, which comes in pros, and cybersecurity risk and resistance to AI adoption, which comes in cons. Coming to the coming to the next slide, which is how to improve high carbon emission in aviation. So the first step in this slide is how we can identify the problem. So after that, the second point is how we have to do the data collection and analysis, in which AI collects and processes real-time data for insights. Coming to the third point, which is AI-driven predictive solution, in which AI suggests automation optimizing strategies. And after that, which is the fourth point, which is human expert evaluation. In this, human intervention ensures ethical and strategic alignment. It goes with the strategic decisions. After that, the another point is implementation of AI solution, in which AI tools are integrated into operations, which they from which they can reduce the emissions. And after that, the sixth point is continuous monitoring and feedback, in which regular AI human evaluation for which is done for adjustments. And the seventh point is performance review and optimization, which improves the cycle continuously. Coming now coming to the next slide, which is project requirement. It has resources and assumptions. For this project, we need to find the right people, technology, infrastructure, and funding. So coming to the first point in resources, which is people, we need experts who understand AI, sustainability, AI, and operations. Going to on the second point, which is technology, we all use AI system for efficiency, sustainable fuels, or for cleaner flights and carbon capture tech to reduce emissions. There is infrastructure and financial in infrastructure. There is a will invest in renewable energy plants, eco-friendly logistics, and in financial. To make all this happen, we need funding for research and green initiatives. So now coming to the assumptions, we are counting on government support. Many green projects get funding through subsidies. Technology is improving fast, so we believe sustainability will become cheaper over time. And the third point is more people want eco-friendly products, so demand for greener lights should grow. And the last point, we plan to partner with investors and agencies which should do the partnerships with will aid funding and the agencies to help the fund this initiative. Now, making aviation sustainable isn't cheap, but it's an investment in the future. Here, where our 2.25 billion budget is going on. Renewable energy, we are building clean energy sources to power our operations. AI and data optimization is with $700 million. AI helps us save fuel, cut emission, optimizing routes. And there are carbon offset programs, green supply chain, employee training and R&D, and the total estimated cost which is given in this table. And in short, we need the right people, the best technology, strong infrastructure, and major funding to make this happen. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anamika and I'm going to discuss about the cost breakdown structure for the problem. The company has its assets and revenues. The asset worth 50,000 pounds in million, and they have revenue of 20,000 pound million pound. They have the value of cost of goods sold, that is 12,000 million pounds. Whereas on the other hand, they have some liabilities and expenses which are need to be spent. They have current portion of long-term debt, that is 2,500 million pound, and they have their operating expenses that cost 6,500 million pound, and they have non-operating operations that worth amount 1,500 million pounds. Same, they have some profitability and cash flow, which include the net profit, cash from operations, investing activities, and capital expenditures. So here is the raw material cost breakdown. It means that we need some raw material, that is sustainable aviation fuels, in the quantity of 10,000 liters, which will cost 2.50 pound, which means the total cost for the sustainable aviation fuel will be 25,000 pound. Then we need to take the lithium ion batteries for electric mobility. The quantity which we need are 500 pounds, and the unit per cost is 150 pound, and the total cost which will include is 75,000 pounds for the lithium ion batteries. Then we need smart sensors for the monitoring of AI. The quantity which will be needed is 200 units, and the unit cost which will cost per head is 80 pounds. So the total cost will be 16,000 pounds for the smart sensors that are used for AI monitoring. And now we are going to discuss about the stakeholder analysis on the basis of power and interest. There are different stakeholders which take interest in the power holding capacity of the company, that is employees, customers, and the sustainability NGS. On the other hand, we have some executive, investors, and regulators which keep eye on the business. Then we have government bodies which have major business partner suppliers, and on the other hand, we have general public and local communities. The high interest rate is for executives, investors, and regulators which have more powers, and as well as the interest area is very higher for them. And on talking about government bodies, they have lesser power, but the interest is on high amount. But talking about general public, they have low interest, whereas the power is also low for them. Now I'll talk about the work breakdown structure. It means the structure we kept in our mind solving about the problem. So first of all, we need to identify the goal, which was responsible by a strategy team. It means they have to define a AI driven solution for the Virgin Group's key challenges. Then coming to the next task, that is allocating responsibility, which will be responsible team will be project management team, and they will assign roles for the AI development, testing, and integration. The third task is to be done is that discussing responsibilities, and the responsible team is cross-functional team, which will hold meetings to outline team roles and deliverables. Then there is planning and implementation, which means we have to develop AI based models and implement the solutions in the operations. This will be taken care with the AI and tech teams. Then comes the responsibility of finance team. It means they have to estimate the required resources, and they have to determine the financial, technical, and human resources that are to be needed in the problem. Then the next task comes that identifying stakeholders, which we need to map out the key internals and stakeholders for this, and we have a separate team for them. Then talking about the last, developing risk registers, in which we have to identify the potential risk and mitigation strategies, and the responsible team for this task is risk management team. So as we have discussed our work breakdown structure, here comes the Gantt chart. It means how we have done our problem in week 1 to week 7. So in week 1, we have discussed our goal, and in week 2 and week 3, we allocated the responsibilities and discussed the responsibility among the team. In week 3 and 4, we have discussed the responsibilities and implemented some plannings and the goals which we need to be done by the end of the week 3. In week 4, we implemented the goal and we have some estimated required resources. In the same week 5 and 6, we done the same thing. We implemented more progressively and we have estimated more required resources. In the end of week 5 and in the starting of week 6, we have identified our stakeholders, and at the end of week 7, we have our risk register, which has been developed by one of our team members.
My name is Taranjit Singh, and coming to the next slide, which is risk register. So our goal is to successfully implement AI, but there are a few pre-risks we need to manage. Coming to the first point, which is AI implementation failure. So in this point, if our AI fails, it may disrupt our operation, just like system crash affect productivity. Coming to the next point, data security breach, in which hackers could steal our customer data, which leading to trust and financial issue. Coming to the next point, which is high implementation cost, in which AI can be expensive and we need to ensure we stay within budget. And in the next point, which is AI based and ethical concern, in which if AI makes unfair decision, it could harm customer and our reputation, in which impact score from 1 to 5 is at 4 and risk probability is at 0 to 5. Coming to the next slide, project recommendation enhance sustainability efforts, which increase investment in renewable energy and sustainable aviation fuel. The second point is leverage AI for efficiency, which implement AI-driven solution for carbon tracking and energy optimization. And the third point is strengthen ESG initiative, which expand diversity program, ethical governance, and environmental responsibility. The next point is financial planning. Allocate resources effectively to balance cost efficiency with sustainability invest. And the next point is customer and employee engagement, which promote awareness through green initiative and incentivized programs. Coming to the next slide, which is project team. There are roles of responsibility of group members. In total, there are 4 members. So, talking about the project manager, its responsibility is to make the everything that runs smoothly, managing deadlines, resources, and making sure we stick to company goals. So, talking about group member one, their responsibility is the person focus on research finding and strategies and learning from industry leaders. And the group member 2, they handle the money, budgeting, financial planning, and making sure we don't overspend. And the group member 3 and 4, in this both point member is our AI expert developing smart efficiency challenge and solving it. At last, finally, we have someone who makes sure we follow the rules, engaging with stakeholder and meeting ESG goals. So in short, we get a leader, a researcher, a financial planner, a tech expert of the officer. So this is the references of our slides, and that's the end of our presentation. Thank you so much.